The question on 2012, question number 1 says, a typical profit maximizing firm in a perfectly competitive constant cost industry is earning a positive economic profit. Okay? It then says, is the market price greater than, less than, or equal to the firm's price? Explain. So what we need to do is understand what that market is going to look like and what that firm is going to look like at this point. So let's draw that out right now before we answer question A there, 1A. So it says a typical profit maximizing firm in a perfectly competitive constant cost industry is earning a positive economic profit. Let's draw that out just to see what it looks like. So here's the market and here is the firm. Okay? We have the dollar, the demand, the supply, we have the quantity in the marketplace, and we have the price in the marketplace. Okay? The firm grabs that price from the marketplace, economic profit. So here is the marginal revenue curve, demand, average revenue, and price. Okay? We also have the marginal cost curve here as well. And we know that this is the point that the firm, or the quantity that the firm will be producing, where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. Okay, this is a firm right here. This is what you would normally see in a firm operating, all right, in this marketplace. And if we were to put the ATC up here at its lowest point where the MC crosses the MR and shoot up, we would see that be zero economic profit at that point. But in the question it states that the firm is earning positive economic profit. So that ATC is going to fall below, okay, that MR and shoot up. Okay, and we're going to see here that the firm's quantity crosses the ATC at that point. The profit is, you would go up, over, and here. This would be the box where that profit is taking place. Okay, and you want to make sure that you're hitting that ATC right there. All right. You're not changing the quantity, keeping the quantity the same, all right? But that box crosses right where that ATC is, up to the MR, where it equals the MC, and then over, okay? And that would be the profit that the firm is making at that point, okay? So what's happening now is it's saying that in question 1A, it says, is the market price greater than, less than, or equal to the firm's price? Well, the firm can only get its price from the market. So the answer to that question is that it's equal. All right? The firm is a price taker, and that's where the firm gets its price from. It gets it from the actual marketplace. 1B asks us to draw what it is that we were looking at here, up here, side-by-side graphs for both. It asks us to draw B1, the market price and quantity, as PM and quantity as QM. It says the firm's quantity labeled as QF. There's QF right there. And then it says the firm's average revenue curve labeled AR, which we have right here. Okay, and then it says the firm's average total cost curve labeled as ATC. There it is, ATC. Now, sometimes when you would see label the average revenue curve, you're like, oh my God, we never went over average revenue. That's Mr. Dart, all right? So that's why we write that every time we draw that curve out there, that marginal revenue curve. We add all of that in there, okay? It says, then the area representing total cost completely shaded. All right. Now, in this particular case, I labeled where the profit was happening, but I'm going to show you where the cost is. It doesn't to ask us to label where the profit is, but I'm going to show you where that total cost is, because that's what they're asking for from us. So the cost would be right up to that ATC, over again, all right, down and over and up. This would be the total cost. Again, it's basically asking you if you understand where the average cost is here. That average total cost would be right there as well. Okay? It then asks in C, if one firm in the market were to raise its price, what will happen to its total revenue? Explain. Okay? And what's going to happen here is that that firm's total revenue, it's going to go to 0. Okay? That's C. So C says that one firm raises its price. What happens to its firm total revenue? Total rev goes to 0. Now, why is that? Because remember, over here there's thousands of firms in this one marketplace. And if everybody's selling their tomatoes for $10 a pound, okay, and some Yahoo comes in and says, well, I'm going to sell mine for $40 a pound, no one's going to buy from him. Everybody's going to buy from the other thousands of firms that are in that marketplace, okay? So the reason is, when it asks that question, what's going to happen is because the firm's total revenue goes 0, because the firms in a perfectly competitive industry are price takers and cannot set their own price. Okay? All right. The next question states that, asks that, now suppose the market is in long-run equilibrium. Okay? The government gives a lump sum subsidy to each firm producing in the industry. Indicate whether each of the following will increase, decrease, or remain the same. All right? So basically, I'm a firm. I'm growing tomatoes on my farm, and I've got a farm stand in front of my house, and the government comes down and says, here's $500,000. Well, let's see what happens here. So they're asking us in D, what happens to the firm's quantity in the short run? And then it says what happens to the firm's quantity, or the market price and quantity in the long run. Okay, so the government comes in, gives us a bunch of money. No change. The lump sum subsidy does not affect marginal cost or marginal revenue. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. That's going to stay the same. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed with that addition of that subsidy. It says, what happens to the market price and quantity in the long run? Well, in the market price, that if the farmer next door to me sees that the government's handing out money to all the tomato farmers, that dude over there is going to get into the tomato game, because he's going to want some of that money as well. So what takes place is that you're going to see this, and it doesn't ask you to draw this out, but I'm just going to show you what happens here. You're going to see the supply increase here, so you're going to see quantity jump up, all right, and then you're going to see price drop as well. So what happens to price and quantity in the long run? Price goes down and quantity goes up, because other people see the subsidies given out, they see the profits taking place. People are going to jump into that game because it is a perfectly competitive industry. Low barriers to entry, other firms jump in and get on it.